Hey guys, Jordan here, and in this video I'm going to talk about keeping your business in a winning position. So let's get into it. All right, so I talk about real estate photography on this channel, so if that's a topic you're interested in, make sure to subscribe. In this video, I just want to talk a little bit about the business aspect of real estate photography and in business in general, and keeping your business in a winning position. Now, what does that mean? That means you're always evolving your business, right? And over the last little bit, we've seen a pullback in listings, some changes in some of our clientele. You know, we've had to update some of our operational logistics and the amount of support staff that we have, and changes, right? The last thing you want, and I only mention that because you want to make sure to keep a pulse on your business, make sure you're always staying profitable, making appropriate changes when you need to make changes depending on your business model and what you're trying to accomplish as a business. The last thing you want to do is grow a massive business and then leave it the same even though your business actually has shrunk. I think it's very important to make sure that you're using your resources, and when I mean resources, the revenue that you get from your customers appropriately, right? That you're getting value out of those resources that you're giving to your team, maybe the expenses. I think it's important to take a look at your expenses, making sure that those are dialed in, that you're not having unnecessary expenses that maybe you're not using anymore. One thing that comes to mind recently is just insurance and how, anyways, there was I feel like I was overpaying for insurance. So anyways, I just, there's certain topics that you should just look at. Do you have the right mix of people? Do you have the right appropriate quantity of people on your team, support team, contractors? I just think it's important to look at all the variables of your business and to stay in a winning position, right? Sometimes you have to have difficult conversations that aren't fun for anybody, right? But I think, I typically, I've never had to let anybody go because of we're slowing down. Let's, any employees that I've had to let go because of that. But you just evolve your business over time to be in that winning position, unless it's not moving fast enough and you're taking L's and you're not making hardly any money. But I think that what comes to mind is at the beginning of my business when I started, I brought on my first employee about 8 months into my business. Didn't really know about the seasonality at the end of the year. Continued to pay them, and I didn't make any money, or I actually lost money towards the end of the year. But I was committed to that, right? Because I knew for long-term success, I had to have, a commitment from him, and I was fine taking that. So you can take a short-term loss in that degree, and typically at the end of the years, I do take, we don't make much money in the month of December, or we definitely are usually in the red for that month. But you look at it as a whole on a 12-month period. Are you making appropriate business decisions? If you're a solo person, are you being available for your customers when they need you the most? Anyways, these are just some variables in my head: delegation, proper mix, expenses, resource management, and so a lot of different variables to consider. But at the end of the day, it's important to make sure that your business, stays viable for the future, right? The last thing you want to do is not make any tough decisions or not make any changes, and then you just see your business dwindle away. Because I do feel like, whether your clientele shifts or this, there are some definite changes that have been happening here at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. So I think it's important to make sure you keep on top of your business, to make sure that, what did I write down here? I did write it down: keeping your business in a winning position. So anyways, that's it. Those are my thoughts on that aspect of business. If you got value out of it, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.